Greetings on this lovely December evening. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening when I'm recording this, and I figured we'd do just a few little cards for a bit of weekly guidance. So I'm going to use the Akashic Tarot cards. I don't think I've really used these very much before, so see how these go. Hopefully they'll make sense to me and won't be as clear as mud. You'd never know until you actually try, do you? So let's see what happens. So what do we all need to know right now for our highest good, please? Well, there's one here that's turned around one way around, so that's clearly got to go out, so we'll put that to one side. Second. And finally, drawn to go here, actually. So let's see what we've got. When I look at this card, it's like a down for business. It's like very, very astute, very sort of like determined, focused is how I see that. But also kind of like, it's almost like he's in a bit of a hurry, because I'm drawn to the hourglass there. It's like the sands of time is kind of like a deadline. So if there's any deadlines that you've been procrastinating about, leave them to one side. Get your head down, get it done. That's kind of what the message is here, I feel. It's like he's got his hands up. It's like it's been I get the feeling all this stuff's been put to one side. I've kind of been ignored, and suddenly it's like, oh blimey, I need to get on with this. And it's like, so don't procrastinate, get things done. That's kind of what I get, and I should certainly pay attention to that for sure. But we're all guilty of it from time to time. We keep putting things. I remember when I used to work, I used to have like a tray of things that needed doing, and it's funny, there were certain items in that tray that would always get left, and to eventually think, oh god, I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? And it's sort of what we've got going on here. So those things that need to be done, don't delay any longer. It's sort of like, make it happen right here and now. So yeah, so get things done, get it out of the way, and move on to the next thing. Speaking of which, would be very nice little card here. The King of Keys, this is. Now obviously these are traditional tarot cards in their own little way, but I mean, if I do tarot readings, I tend to use a traditional Rider-Waite ones. They're the ones I'm really comfortable with. So I don't tend to look at the tarot per se, so I go very visual when I use these cards. And that might be heretical to some, but that's the way I work, and it seems to work rather well. And what I get here, what comes to me, is clear vision, because it's all kind of like nice, all very pretty, but in the background there is a lovely ray of light just shining right through. I don't know if you can pick that up that well on the card, but there is this lovely shimmer coming through, is what I'm saying. And it's kind of like, beware of illusion. See beyond the mask is what I'm getting here. So there's certain people that come along and trying to sell you something, saying, oh yeah, you need to do this, you need this. There also, you need to look at the blooming election that's coming up and see on all sides of all the flannel that goes on. But it's kind of like seeing beyond the mask and seeing the truth. So I would say to you, when you choose something, go with the truth, go with your own truth, nobody else's. It's like I'm giving you a reading right now of my opinion on whatever I'm drawn to, but ultimately the one that decides whatever we want to do is you. Listen to you, listen to what your gut is telling you. Your gut instinct is the one you should always trust. And there are people that are trying to sell their thing kind of a little bit aloof. They think of themselves a bit superior, and what will happen, yeah, it's fine all the time, that horse is trotting along quite slowly, but as soon as it's a gallop, this fella ended up on his backside falling off the horse. That's kind of what I get, because he's a little bit too overconfident, too much braggadocio. So for me, it's kind of like, hear your own truth, trust your truth, nobody else's, because it's your journey, nobody else. And kind of like, that's what I'm getting, it's like seeing beyond the mask. Okay, and finally, what do we have? Listen to all sides. It's kind of, I get the feeling this is us here, this person here, and these are people trying to, how can we say the right word? It's trying to put their woes upon you. It's how I would. It's like, by all means we must be listeners. We, most of us, trying to help each other out. I know there are people that are literally just out for themselves, but most of the people that tend to resonate towards me, are kind of nice giving people, and that's kind of what I'm getting here. Is like, we like to give, but unfortunately when you shine, certain people like to take it. They say, oh, what you got to give, what you got to give me, what you got to give me. And they give nothing back in return. It's life, you know, and some of us, you know, we're happy to kind of like, you know, we're trying to share our wisdom, our love, whatever you want to call it. But sometimes you kind of have to be a bit discerning and realise that some people do take you for mucks. Being that in a kind of a nice way. We just need to say, like, you know what, it's enough now, thank you very much. And it's kind of like, no one's saying don't give to those people, but it's kind of like just making sure that you kind of like, how can we say this properly in the right way? It's kind of like we don't give them so much. We're quite happy to give our attention, but there comes a point where you think, like, I'm not seeing a symbiotic union here. It's all me giving my stuff, and I'm not getting a lot back. There needs to be synthesis always, not just this way and this kind of like, where are we? This kind of little crow figure bringing like nothing back. It's got to be happiness on all sides, people. So let's have that. Let's have that kind of like joy, and you know, that symbiotic union. I want you to think of that. And so, quick little recap. Don't ignore those deadlines. Get things done. Get busy. See beyond the facade. As I say, there's an election coming up. Go with what you think. Trust your gut. Don't listen to all the naysayers. And be discerning with where you spend your time, and make sure there's nice balance and not all give. Conversely, it could be you may be a take. There are people like that. Don't really feel that with you guys that I know, but obviously there are always exceptions. We know that, and sometimes we can't even do it subconsciously, not even aware of it. So yeah, just that's the kind of messages for this week. So here we go. ... So okay, guys, have a lovely week ahead. Don't try not to work too hard. I know it's pretty difficult this time of year, but do enjoy yourselves. Until next time, much love. Adieu. Should you ever want a more in-depth reading with me, drop me a line, we'll make it happen. Bye bye.